Disney with the Ducks is coming to you live, breaking into your day. Maybe not live because we need to edit this because some of the stuff Kevin says just isn't for public consumption. But nonetheless, we are coming to you tonight to discuss D23 that happened this past weekend. So we had a lot of fun announcements and everything out of there. But before we get to that, I just want to share all of our field reporters for the night. We've got Mean Gene.
Howdy.
Kevin.
Hey.
Lonnie G.
How you doing?
And John Kroll. So, all right. So we are going to ask you guys to go out and give us a 5-star rating like we always do because it helps, others find the podcast. It makes us feel better. But if you want to share your favorite episode with a friend, do that. That helps us out. Get them listening and invite anybody that you're friends with that loves Disney and wants to have some fun discussions. Invite them to our Disney with the Ducks Facebook group. So you can find us on all the social medias, Disney with the Ducks. All right. So, guys, we had a pretty eventful D23. It was a really cool set of announcements that came out over the last couple of days in a lot of different areas, right? So, Lonnie, you're really familiar with this. Why don't you just give us a quick idea of what D23 is?
Sure. So, D23 is the major fan event for all Disney World junkies, fans. It's basically where they announce what's coming to the parks. Right there, but it's basically a weekend. This week it was in California, and we got a lot of great news and announcements for things that are coming to the parks. And I will say this, and I'm going to read something to kind of start us off because we had a D23 show last year, and you remember everything was blue sky, right? We were thinking about this is concepts and things of that nature. So we left that one just a little disappointed, right? But this is a direct quote from Josh D'Amaro. He says, at Disney Experiences, Imagineers dream, create, design, and build these stories into real places. And we have Imagineers in place right now all over the world because everything we're going to share with you is in active development. Plans are drawn, dirt is moving. I just want to be clear about this. We are doing everything you're going to hear tonight. That's a direct quote from Josh D'Amaro. So everything he's talked about, what we're going to talk about on the show, it's happening. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, no blue sky at all.
No blue sky.
Yeah, that's awesome because they got everybody so excited with some of the announcements a couple of years ago or last year, and nothing was in development, right? It was all, like I said, just blue sky. We throwing an idea out there. So let's start going through some of these awesome announcements that have been made. Lonnie, you sent a list out earlier, so I was just planning on going through this, and we can talk about each one of these as we go through them.
Good idea.
Good idea.
All right. So the first one on here, Monsters Inc. Land is coming to Hollywood Studios, and construction's supposed to start in 2025. That's awesome. I know they were talking about like a suspension roller coaster too, being the first one at any of the Disney parks, which I'm just envisioning having the doors hanging, and going through the production line and everything. I mean, that to me is so awesome. Like, this is something I'm really excited about. Lonnie, what are your thoughts on it?
I'm excited for it, right? I can't wait to see where it goes. Just looking at some of the concept art that was going along with it. When you see the buildings and you walk in, it's basically you're going to be walking through their world. And I am so excited about that. That's probably one of the things I love about this D23 and this announcement. It's something I didn't even think they would have that, right? So that was a shock and all for me. So I like being shocked. I like being on Monsters Inc. Bring it on.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think some of the other items on here we've heard a lot about at past events. And there's been a lot of rumors out there about it. But you're right, Lonnie. I don't remember hearing anything about a potential Monsters Inc. land. So, Kevin, you were going to say something too. What are your thoughts?
I was just going to bring some construction background to this so that whenever we talk about, what they've announced as the construction start date, if they're saying that the construction starts in 2025, that means that, like Lonnie said, the plans are drawn. And like Josh D'Amaro said, the plans are drawn, but that means also permits have been pulled and applied for and granted. And that usually takes a long process, just knowing it from the city side and working through that. So they're fully invested at this point. And just if they've already discussed when construction will begin, they may have already chosen contractors. I mean, that means that it's well down the line. Just, road projects, can usually take 10 years to go from permit to construction, so in some cases. So for them to announce it, in 2025, less than a year and a half away before the end of 2025, I mean, that's pretty aggressive, and that tells me that they've got a pretty solid schedule set up and ready to go. So
yeah, it's crazy how much coordination that has to take, and especially all those folks keeping it quiet. I'm sure they all have NDAs and everything else, right? But still,
yeah,
for something like that not to leak out is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Gene, what are your thoughts on Monsters Inc. land?
So I love Monsters Inc. and it's just exciting to hear something else at the parks. I don't go as much as you guys go. I'll probably go the next time, probably another 5 or 6 or maybe 10 or 12 years. But that's a joke. Nobody.
I'm laughing.
Thanks.
I'm laughing right now, man.
They can't see your faces if they're just listening, Lonnie and John and Kevin. Okay.
I didn't want to interrupt you, man. You might have gotten mad at me if I started laughing while you were talking.
But really and truly, I love those movies. They're I just really good memories around them, and I just think it's something else, especially when you talk about that roller coaster. I mean, there's not enough in terms of thrill rides at Disney, and so to hear about that's exciting.
Yeah, it is really cool. God. And to be honest, I know a lot of these ideas are pushing IP into the parks, and there's a lot of people that are not as in favor of that. Personally, I love it. I love seeing the familiar characters and scenes and things that you see from the movies.
Can we go down that, I guess, tangent, rabbit hole, whatever you want to call it? Why would anybody? I mean, that's what Disney is, IP. I mean, why? Tell me.
Yeah.
What else are they going to do? I don't understand. Why would anybody not like that?
The only thing I can think of is if maybe it's just a repeat of the movie, but in most cases they don't really do that. It's almost like a separate adventure, just like with Smuggler's Run,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different adventure that you wouldn't see in the movies. It just adds to the overall IP. So I don't think that they would really do that in that case.
In Hollywood Studios, let's be honest, they need another attraction because when Rise of the Resistance goes down, we need somewhere to go.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Right.
Yeah.
So when Rise goes down, we just go to Monsters Inc. Lane.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Yeah. There we go. Problem solved.
There you go.
But then when Mickey also goes down, Mickey's Runaway Railway, they're going to need 2 attractions.
That Slinky Dog line gets real long.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to stay in Disney World, and the next one is a Cars area. There's going to be like a Cars land at Magic Kingdom. So that sounds pretty cool. It sounds like they're going to have a Radiator Springs type of ride, right? So I don't know what any of that means because I've never ridden it in California, but it sounds pretty cool. I love Cars, and I think having it come in, it's just start to get curious between this and another announcement that we're going to talk about next. Where are they going to put it in Magic Kingdom?
Yeah.
That's a good point. And one thing they say, this is going to be completely different than Cars Land in Anaheim. And I think we all rode Cars Land, right? Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We rode when we were there for the race weekend. But they say this one is going to have 2 new exciting attractions. So not just the regular Cars Land, but basically Cars Land and, with 2 attractions. So I'm looking forward to it. I tell you, you make a good point. Where are they going to put it? And initially, I always thought that it would be good to kind of, refurb or do something with the racetrack, right? Because we all know the racetrack is basically contributing to global warming because it's putting a hole in the ozone layer right above that. But, they can do something over there, that area, and push it back a little bit. I think that'll be cool. But based on some of the artwork, it looks like it's over there around Big Thunder. So I don't know where they're going to put it.
Well, I could see Big Thunder just because of the, the backdrop of the mountains and the mesas and stuff. Yeah. But that'd be interesting.
I thought on the other side of Tom Sawyer's Island,
Oh,
that could be a place.
That's probably it. Yeah.
I've never been on that
Lakes.
Who goes to Tom Sawyer's Island, right?
I've never been.
I haven't either.
I've been one time.
Did you enjoy it when you went, Kevin, or you just went there because your kids made you?
No, I went when I was a kid. So
See,
it's
so you
been
haven't been there in what, 30 years?
30,
Man,
35
fill that
years.
in, man. Fill that in. That's useless space.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So let's put it there because that's good. But I do like it by Big Thunder because I think thematically it's kind of cool. You go from like the Old West to like another generation, right? The 50s
Yeah,
or whatever it
the
is.
frontier when the
Yeah.
interstates came through and kind of destroyed all the small towns.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then, then you got Tomorrowland. So
Yeah.
really, but no, I'm really excited about this just because, like I said, getting more IP in there, and I'd like to see a Lightning McQueen type of ride. That'd be pretty cool. Although I'm a Mater guy, I'm more of a fan of Mater.
Like Mater?
I think
Oh, yeah.
love
Who doesn't
Mater.
similar.
Who doesn't like me?
All right, so this next one is probably the one that I think is the most exciting, and I've been looking forward to for several years. Is A Villain's Land was announced at Magic Kingdom. So they're putting a whole land dedicated to villains with 2 major attractions. There's going to be dining there. I am pumped about this, and from like the thematic artwork or whatever you call it,
Mhm.
the artist renderings, it looks like it's going to be pretty sweet and not like overly childish. It
No,
looks like it's going to be like a serious, like awesome, like I'm thinking like Harry Potter Wizarding World over in
that's kind of what
Universal.
the feeling I got too, especially with the dragon in the picture.
Yeah. So
Really
I'm
cool.
pumped about this. Like I cannot wait to see what the attractions are going to be. And they say they're going to have all the villains represented. I'm really, really excited about this.
Hey John, that
Yeah.
actually, I got a couple of late breaking news stories that I'm sure y'all haven't heard about, but this kind of goes right along with it. I'll bet this is some of the IP that is going to be pulled into that area. So check this out. I know you hadn't heard this. Rediscover the dark magic and epic adventure of Disney's The Black Cauldron in an all-new live-action remake that promises to breathe new life into one of Disney's most ambitious and misunderstood classics. Originally released in 1985, The Black Cauldron was a bold departure from Disney's usual fare, blending darker themes and a high fantasy in a way that was ahead of its time. Although it failed to capture audiences then, it has since gained a cult following as an underrated gem. Now Disney is reimagining this cult classic for a new generation with The Black Cauldron Rise of Prydian. Set in the mystical land of Prydian, this live-action epic follows the young pig-keeper Terran on his quest to stop the evil Horned King from unleashing the power of the fabled Black Cauldron, a dark artifact capable of summoning an army of the undead. With a stellar cast, including Helen Mirren, Kate Beckinsale, Brad Pitt, and Eddie Murphy, The Black Cauldron Rise of Prydian brings to life the rich tapestry of characters from the feisty Princess Eilonwy to the royal Gurgi and the mysterious bard Fleur-de-Flamme. The film will delve deeper into the lore of Prydian, exploring the origins of the Horned King's malevolence and Terran's journey from a naive pig boy to a true hero. Directed by an acclaimed filmmaker, Steven Spielberg, known for his work in fantasy epics, this remake aims to honor the spirit of the original while expanding on its themes of courage, sacrifice, and the battle between good and evil. The film's darker tones are balanced with moments of heart and humor, capturing the essence of what made the original a cult favorite. With an epic score, by John Williams, of course, breathtaking battles, and a deeper emotional resonance, The Black Cauldron Rise of Prydian is set to reclaim its place in the Disney pantheon, inviting audiences old and new to discover, or rediscover, in the case of Lonnie, the magic of Prydian. Prepare for an adventure unlike any other, coming soon to theaters. Y'all didn't hear about that, did you?
No.
I bet you they're pulling that
No.
into the villain land.
Gene, how excited?
I guarantee you the audience won't hear that either because I'm cutting all that out.
I don't know. That was pretty entertaining, but I didn't know when it was going to end or if it was going to end. I thought this was a
It lasted as long as that movie, The Black Cauldron, lasted in the theater. I mean, that's how long.
I should have shortened it a little bit.
Isn't that one of Gene's favorite? Gene, isn't that one of your favorite movies?
It is, yes, I love
Yeah.
it.
I still got to watch it. Wow.
You don't have to watch it.
Well, now I know basically what's going to happen based on
Exactly.
the sequel. Okay, so Villain's Land though. Wow, it seems like it's going to be dark and awesome. I don't know. I couldn't be more excited.
I'm excited about it, and I think they're going about it the right way, right? I mean, you don't want to do a fifth gate because a lot of people don't want villains, right? I know those people are crazy, but they don't want villains. But I think doing a Villain's Land attached in Magic Kingdom, somewhere you can go hang out with the villains without being a whole fifth gate. You still have an
Mm-hmm.
option for a fifth gate to be announced later down the line, right? But having a land that's you can actually have a good test of it, and if you go there and you see, hey, overall, from research and the crowds, Villains Land is pulling a lot of people. Then hey, then you can expand it down the line, right? So I think they're going about it right. Just doing this. 2 major attractions are coming to it. They'll have dining. They'll have more. I'm sure they're gonna have some merchandise. They're probably gonna have the best shirts, right?
Oh
Cups,
yeah.
TVs, popcorn. I'm excited about it. This fires me up.
Yeah, it's like almost like you see for Disney Not So Scary. Maybe it's going to be something like that, where the parades are going to be like that, and Headless Horseman. I mean, you think all the cool villains that Disney's created over the years. I mean, just iconic.
Think about an
they've
after
got-
hours event in Villains Land.
Yeah,
That would be amazing.
Of course, you're gonna have the
'Cause you-
hyenas running
because
around.
everybody's going to want to go at night, because that's
Oh,
when
yeah.
it would be the
Yeah.
coolest with the lights and the lighting, and that would.
And the freaks, because the freaks go out at night.
That's right.
Yeah.
Villain freaks, that is.
Well, that's why we're all inside.
Exactly.
And it gives us more mileage in the park when we're running.
It does, yeah.
That would be awesome. Can you imagine a run going through Villains? Oh man,
Because you'd be going through there like early morning,
Yeah.
like sunrise kind of.
God, that'd be so cool. Gene, are you looking forward to Villains Land? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I think it's cool. I mean, you can't have heroes without villains, right? I mean, that's part of the magic. I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be funny. I'm sure there's going to be humor in there, and I mean, just something new. I mean, I like the idea of it. I'm not, unlike a lot of Star Wars fans, I don't get upset with things are new, or things are different, things are changed, things are, brought up to date. I think this could be pretty amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like the fact that they've listened to people, because people have. I mean, you've heard it for years and years. Oh, they'd be so cool if they did that, and now they're doing it. I mean, they listen to their fans. That's a good thing.
Yeah. So, all right. So we're excited about that over at Magic Kingdom. Got a couple of cool things coming over there. We had something awesome at the Hollywood Studios that we talked about. And now let's move over to Animal Kingdom. The Tropical Americas land is coming. And that's going to be from Disney's Encanto. So the Madrigal family is coming to Animal Kingdom. And it's going to feature everyone's favorite archaeologist alongside the magical Casita from Walt Disney Animation Studios' Oscar-winning film Encanto. So when they're talking about our favorite archaeologist, though, you know what's coming? There's going to be an Indiana Jones ride in Animal Kingdom, and I guess it's going to have like he's going to be going into like a Mayan temple looking for some type of mythical creature. So it
Maybe
sounds
the statue,
Yeah,
yeah.
swap it out
Bring
with.
switch it.
bag of sand, but not too
Yeah.
much.
Right.
I don't know how you guys are excited about this.
What?
Because you know what?
This is coming from the guy
There's
that
an
likes the
Indiana
dinosaur
Jones
ride.
ride in California.
Yeah.
I lost the camera on it. I guess we talked about that before.
Oh.
This one's going to be completely different. Not like that one. But this is the part. Disney launched the final meteor to make dinosaurs extinct. The dinosaur ride is going away because now Indiana Jones is going there. I mean, you guys are going to miss dinosaur when it's gone. I guarantee you.
My back won't. Chiropractors will in the area. I'm not gonna miss it.
You act like Indiana Jones is going to be smoother. What if it's worse? I tell you,
maybe
I'm
just
gonna
as
tell you, the
bad.
one in California, Indiana Jones, it is worse than
It
that.
is rough. Yeah,
It's going to be
you're right.
rough.
What if it was? I don't know. I didn't. I didn't really listen to you, John. No, I did. I'm just joking. But what if it was like the ride in Temple of Doom, where they're on the cars on the
mine
train
cart.
tracks, the mine carts. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. That would be cool, but rough, Lonnie. But rough.
Yeah, we need nice and smooth.
I want
no,
a RIP dinosaur shirt. And
Yeah.
for marathon weekend, I think we're gonna ride it at least 3 times. Hopefully it's still open by then.
Oh, during the weekend, not
I'm
during the
definitely
not during the
getting a bid.
marathon.
No, not doing the marathon because we
Oh,
won't be able to
yeah,
run
that'd be a
after our
terrible
back
idea.
goes out.
After 18 miles, that would be rough. Really bad.
It'll throw our back out. We won't be able to be able to run after that. But we're going to ride it before
Okay.
and after.
Sounds good to me.
The other part of this too that's exciting to me is the casita from Encanto, right? Like that's going to be really cool. I think it's going to be like a walkthrough type thing. Is that what you guys gathered from it?
That's kind of what I thought. I told my kids about it, and they're like, "Oh, is the candle going to be there? And are the different rooms going to be there?" I'm like, "I don't know. That sounds pretty cool."
Well, according to the announcement, it's going to be a ride but you're going to sit in a ride vehicle that looks like furniture, and it's going to bring you through the.
Gene.
So
we got another one that's going to have a lot of maintenance issues.
But look, it's based. I guess the ride is based when the young cousin got his powers and can talk to animals. So I think he's going to just bring you all through there, and you can see
that's not real though.
For that party, of course that's real. It's magic of Disney.
That's going to be really cool.
Yes,
and I like the music from that movie a lot too.
Absolutely. So, it's the best.
So that's going to be awesome. I'm excited about that.
Yeah. I'm excited about that, not about Dinosaur going away, the ride. I'm just going to put that up.
To make progress, Lonnie, you have to make sacrifices. And in this case, we had to sacrifice the dinosaur.
You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, right?
Right.
Dinosaur eggs?
Dinosaur eggs.
Dinosaur eggs?
That's a big omelet.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right. So Disney also announced that there's going to be 2 new lounges coming to Walt Disney World. So one of these is going to be at Magic Kingdom, and it's going to be themed after the Pirates of the Caribbean or Caribbean. I don't know why I say it different all the time, but the Pirates of the Caribbean themed lounge. I think this is going to be awesome. I'm all for like lounges and places to sit and grab a drink and just get out of the sun, that type of thing. I think Disney needs more of that. And I think that this is one that's going to be awesome because I love those movies.
Yeah. And when you get off the ride, you've got that big shop area there. I mean, they've got plenty of room to have something kind of small there. That would work really well. You hop off the boat and they hand you a drink,
Yeah. Okay. Well, the second one. Okay, so there's going to be another lounge that's going to be coming in as well. And this one's going to be themed after Spaceship Earth. So having a Spaceship Earth themed lounge, I don't know where they'll put it, but I assume somewhere in the Geodome, right? Like, is there an area there that they could put it? That would be really cool. Because that'd be a nice view out into the park and stuff. It'd be really, I think, a fun place to put something.
Yeah, and you have the best view for fireworks, right? I mean, if you can get up there in that lounge and the whole back is glass, right? Then you can actually look out toward the fireworks. That'd be fantastic.
Oh, that would be cool. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I didn't think about that either. That'd be really cool. So a couple of new areas just to relax coming to the parks. We've got Test Track 3.0 coming as well. So right now, Test Track is down for refurbishment, which was a real bummer when I went last month with my kids. But they're redoing that ride. So that's going to be cool. I think Test Track really needed it. It's a cool ride. I like the going fast part, but the rest of it really needs to be revamped. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's going to be a really good one, but nothing real exciting though, because we already knew that was coming. But what do you guys' thoughts on that?
Like you, I think Test Track, I like the ride. So I'll take it. You throw as much, innovation into it as you need to, but I think that area can show a lot of love. So let's do it.
Well, and I'm excited that it mentions, past, present, and future. That'll be kind of cool to see the evolution of automobiles and stuff and show kind of how they've evolved over the years and then show us some cool prototypes and that kind of thing. That'd be neat. So bringing back the engineering to the ride.
Kevin, that's what I was going to say. When you were saying that, I was thinking about how you mentioned before that like going on Figment ride when you were a kid kind of helped inspire you and get you thinking in that engineering path. I think something like this could really do that for kids. Like you see a car from the 50s and how that evolved to the 70s and the 90s and the 20s, I think that evolution of design is really neat for kids to see. And so, yeah, you're right. It brings back in that whole STEM aspect of the educational side of Epcot.
So, speaking of Epcot, I want to share one other piece of news y'all probably didn't hear. This is the one I'm most excited for, okay? Disney Parks and Epcot proudly present Hello There, the Obi-Wan Kenobi musical. In this reimagined Frozen Ever After attraction,
Yes.
join Obi-Wan on Tatooine as he ponders life, the Force, and his famous catchphrase, all while belting out tunes worthy of a galaxy far, far away. Ride through iconic Star Wars moments with singing Jedi, tap dancing clone troopers, and the most epic musical showdown with General Grievous you've ever seen. It's the musical mashup you didn't know you needed, but now won't be able to live without. Isn't that cool?
Disney's
Yeah.
finally
Rebo.
listening to the people.
Yep.
I mean, it'll be the only Star Wars in Epcot, but hey, we'll take it.
I know, right?
I think Kevin said put Star Wars in every park. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
God.
That's the way I think about it.
So I can't wait for Hello There. What is the opening date on Hello There?
It's 2029.
Okay.
I don't think they've gotten the permits yet, Kevin.
It's going to be tough to pull those permits.
Gene, I honestly, at this point, I feel like you've talked about this musical enough that you should just write it. And try
Yeah,
to sell it,
should, right?
Because it's
Good
going to be
gosh.
You
awesome.
got a good start.
Yeah.
Good start.
I love it.
You just need to get Max Rebo. I heard he's a little expensive on the keyboard.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, Gene, like this is a fully fleshed out idea at this point. We need to just put pen to paper. Oh man. All right. Okay. So test track. Oh boy. All right. Also in Walt Disney World, we have a new adventure coming to Galaxy's Edge. So when you ride Smuggler's Run, there's going to be a new adventure out there with Mando and Grogu. So that's going to be really cool. And that's supposed to be celebrating the upcoming Star Wars film. Yeah.
They better not put him in the cockpit, though, because if they do, then they'll be missing one Grogu. That first time I ride it.
The first time you ride
I
it?
don't know. He tends to disappear when I'm around, so I might he might be in my suitcase.
So what you're
Put
saying
your
is
suitcase in the park?
that Grogu needs some democracy. So you're going to liberate him?
He's going to need a guard because I'm going to probably have to take him.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. So another thing coming to Disney World, there's going to be a new nighttime parade in the Magic Kingdom. So that's pretty sweet. Get ready for Disney Starlight. So that's all I know about it is that it's called Disney Starlight. That's going to be a nighttime parade. Now, I'm not a fan of parades. I think I've mentioned that before. I think they clog up the parks. I just don't like them. But to me, the nighttime parades are completely different. They're just awesome with all the lights and everything. It's just that is when I think those parades are super cool. So I'm pretty excited about this.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. It's been a long time since there's been a nighttime parade in Magic Kingdom, right? So I'm excited about that as well.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
Yeah. Gene, what are your thoughts on parades?
I think parades are pretty great. I have some great memories of of parades with my kids. My daughter, when she was first time she went to Disney World, we were watching. It wasn't a nighttime parade, but she loved Belle, and she was yelling at Belle, 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 and Belle looked at her and pointed at her and told her how pretty. My wife owns a business that makes bows, and had a hair bow in her hair, and Belle told my daughter that she loved her hair bow, and so that was a big deal. I love parades; they're great.
That's cute. Now, are you a fan of the candy being thrown at the parades?
Yes. So I was actually
Me
going to
too.
say candy beads, moon pies, as they do in
Moon pies,
Louisiana sometimes.
nice.
Yeah. They throw moon pies at some Mardi Gras parades sometimes and other things.
Wow.
Cups. We always, after Mardi Gras, we always have a stack of cups, plastic cups. I like all that stuff. I love knickknacks and tchotchkes stuff,
I like the candy that gets thrown, to be honest, because then I can send my kids out to collect it, and I collect the dad tax of roughly 25%.
Sure.
Okay, so sorry, but no parades. So I think we're all pretty pumped about that one. So that's pretty cool. There's some new things coming to Disneyland as well. So there's an Avatar themed area coming to California Adventure. So that's really cool. That's going to be inspired by Avatar: The Way of Water. And then I think there's 27 more Avatar films scheduled to come out.
I think they've already been filmed, right? They filmed them all at the same time,
Yeah.
right?
And they're releasing them over the next 2 centuries. So,
Yeah, by the time the last one comes out, it'll be like a history lesson because it already happened in the past.
yeah, it'll. So
Time travel. It's time travel.
time travel would be fun.
I think it's Avatar. The title is Avatar: A Flight Through Time.
So yeah, so that I think that'll be cool. I love Pandora at Animal Kingdom. I think it's really a neat area. I do wish they had different rides, but that's just a personal thing. I mean, the area is really cool looking.
But this one will have different rides, they say. So,
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
which is pretty cool. Maybe it won't be that boat ride, which is I'm okay with that. But let's throw something else based on the new IP in there, the new movie that is.
Mm-hmm.
I know it take a while to come out, but I mean that last movie was phenomenal. Let's be honest, it was really good. So they can incorporate some stuff for the final movie into that. I don't. Is it the final movie? I don't know. Is it 4 or 3 they're doing?
I thought there was 4 total, but
I think so.
See the newest one.
I haven't seen the newest one either. I need to do that. I know. It's like 4 hours long, Lonnie.
Yeah.
I don't have that much time in a day.
I mean, you can break it up.
You have like 8 kids, man. You don't have time for that.
Yeah.
Nobody got time for that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
No.
The listeners, if you're listening and you're not watching, I'm going to say it anyway. You're not seeing Kevin. I guess this beard's grown the last week or two since I've seen you last time. I don't know, but I'm just telling you, man, it is right sexy, man. You look like a Jedi. I'm telling you, it's great. It's awesome, man. You're so manly. You look like you're about to whip out a lightsaber. It's great.
Well, I probably could.
I'm sure
But
that's right. Yeah.
that would put us in the Ducks After Dark area.
I was thinking that too, and I'm glad you said it.
I know you were.
Oh my gosh.
As long as it doesn't say, "Excuse me while I whip this out."
Oh gosh. As I said it, whip out, I thought somebody's going to take that in a bad direction.
Yeah, I did.
Oh boy. Yep, I did as well. Okay.
Sorry.
That is all right. You're right though. The beard does look good on Kevin, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. So another thing that's really cool that's coming is there's going to be a Walt Disney animatronic at Disneyland. And this looks awesome. So Walt Disney, A Magical Life will be showcased inside the Main Street Opera House, rotating with great moments with Mr. Lincoln. So that's pretty cool. It sounds like we're going to have a chance to see Walt. It looked like from the artist drawing or rendering that he was like leaning on his desk. So in like a mock-up of his old office. So I don't know. I think that's pretty sweet.
I am so excited for this. Really, I can't wait. When they actually said that, hearing what they're going to do, I know we just talked about Avatar Land, which is going to be completely different. But I was like, yeah, Avatar Land, that's one thing. But having this animatronic, I'm happy that the family of Walt Disney gave them permission to do this, because with all of the upgrades and the new technology with animatronics, they can do some great things with this.
Mm-hmm.
Love that it's going to be doing it. I love the turntable concept where when you're going, you can see Lincoln, and then it flips around, and then you can see Walt Disney. So I can't wait. Bring it on.
Yeah.
The way it talks about how they swap out, I'm just wondering if they do it like a seasonal thing, or if they move in together like Rock'em Sock'em Robots and they like start fighting each other.
That'd be
I
great.
mean, that would be kind of cool too.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Kevin, I'm gonna share the concept of a turntable with you.
No,
So you got one side, a wall on the other side, and it turns.
I guess.
Like Batgirl's dressing room.
Like scratching. On the
Oh,
turntable.
gotcha.
You know,
Yeah.
Or like on every Scooby-Doo episode where they lean
yeah.
against the wall and it
Oh,
goes,
So they're like they pull the handle.
Exactly. It's the wall thing that spins around.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or to make it more relevant, you remember on Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade when he kept spinning around in that thing. That's what it's like.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
Kevin's going to say, or Lincoln's going to say, I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids in that mangy mutt.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna spin around and be Disney saying that's not our IP, so we're not talking about that.
All right.
I wish Jody was
So-
on this show to keep y'all in line.
I do too. Good gosh. All right. So in California Adventure, there's also a Coco ride coming. It's going to be a themed boat ride, and that's coming to California Adventure. And I mean, I think there's a lot they can do with that. Coco had some really like beautiful scenery and stuff.
Mhm.
I think this is going to be really a fun ride, and Coco getting recognition in the parks is really cool. I love
Yeah.
the whole story and everything. I thought it was a fun movie. The music was really good. So I think this will be a really fun ride, especially for families and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my kids love Coco, and when I think about that, I'm picturing Three Caballeros, kind of like what you get in Disney World. I'm wondering if it's going to be something sort of like that, where it's a kind of a ride through, and you've got all the, the transition from life to death and that kind of thing. Be pretty cool.
And I'm thinking of the technology more like the one in Pandora.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was picturing, because there's like some of those scenes where there's all the lights and everything when he's going to the other side and everything like that. So I think, I don't know. I think either way it's going to be really cool though. And I like those kind of rides because then it's something you can do with the kids, especially little kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that they can go on that's really fun and exciting, but still not scary at all to them. So yeah.
I'll get some hate mail. So go ahead and send it to Jeff because he doesn't check the email anyway. But you mentioned Three Caballeros. I always say, you know what? They could actually retheme that to a Coco ride. And don't get me, I like the ride, but I think it's a little long in the tooth. And even though I'm a duck for life, go ahead and put Coco in there because I mean, look, it's in a Mexican pavilion. Throw him in there.
Yeah.
We'll love it.
I think that would be a good overlay at a minimum.
Mm.
That would be really cool. Yeah. But the
Lonnie always taking the easy way out.
Yeah. Well, it's already there. Why not?
I mean, the water is already there. All you gotta do is just swap out those little animatronics. You're good to go.
You get your chips and salsa before after too. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
right.
I'm down. No hate for me. I'm just joking. I'm down with it.
But yeah, excited to see what comes of that at California Adventure. Another thing that's coming to Disneyland is Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And then there's some stuff coming to the overseas parks as well.
Hold
So
on,
Disney-
John. Hold on.
what?
This just in. Don't forget one thing they're doing there as well which is going to be awesome is they are expanding Avengers Campus. Don't forget about that.
You're right.
Your favorite character is going to have his own ride, which is King Thanos.
Yeah. How did I forget about that? Because that's going to be amazing.
Thanos gets his own ride. That's going to be so cool. That's so cool. They could do so much with that, with the different rings, the different stones.
And it's supposed to go to like different sites, right? Like different places in the space-time continuum. I don't know.
Oh, man.
And with it being Thanos themed, whew,
yeah,
I cannot wait. How did I forget that? That's
it's because so much was announced.
There's a lot. It's a whole lot.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So it's going to be called Avengers Infinity Defense, but they also having another ride, Stark Flight Lab. So there are 2 new attractions coming to Avengers Campus. Well done.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. All right, so there's a lot going on in the domestic parks, but there's also some fun things coming to some of the overseas parks. So Disneyland Paris is getting a new ride. They're getting a Lion King themed ride. So that should be pretty cool. They say it's inspired by the classic animation studios film, The Lion King. So I'm guessing that means it's going to be more themed with, similar to the original one rather than the remake from the last 5 or 6 years.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it's about time Lion King got something, right? It's one of the best movies ever.
Yeah.
It's got that cool musical.
Yeah.
It does, yeah. That's true. It does have the musical, but I need more.
You can't wait to be king. But I tell you, man, along with that, I know you guys saw the trailer for Mufasa.
Yes.
Man, it's a great looking trailer as well, man. Disney got some great movies coming out.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm so excited about Mufasa. That looked awesome. God, because I saw it during Deadpool, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just like
Man, also another great movie. We probably can't talk about here. But yeah, so a lot going on domestically. But internationally, like we said, the Lion King ride is going to be really cool at Disneyland Paris. We've also got coming to Disney Adventure World. Frozen World is coming there in 2026. Queen Anna, Elsa, Olaf, and all of Arendelle's beloved characters are going to be coming to the newest land inspired by the Disney animation film. So that'll be pretty cool having a frozen land. Because it's just such a fun IP.
Well, they're losing the musical, so at Disney World, Florida, so it makes sense.
Yeah, add something in. They're just moving it from here over there. And then Disney Cruise Line.
Whoa!
What? Not Disney Cruise Line?
No.
You're excited?
To me, that's the best. I'm gonna tell you something, John. Before you even talk about it, let me get my mind right because this is one of my favorite announcements. I want to take it all in. So go slow and tell me about Disney Cruise Line.
All right. So they're adding 4 more ships, which is going to bring them up to 13 total ships globally.
Wow.
And those will be coming out between 27 and 2031. So
Have
that's
they
pretty cool.
given any details of what destinations and everything yet, or
They didn't say where they're going to go, but I'm going to tell you, man, I am so excited. I've said it many times. I know Jody B's not on here. We're the Disney cruise fans. If somebody told me, Lonnie, you have a choice. You can only do Disney cruises or Disney World. You can't do both. 85% of me is going to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to take Disney Cruise Line. That's how much I love Disney Cruise Line. And the fact that they're going up to 13 ships, and let's not forget, we still have this, coming November, right? The Treasure is launching. And then next November, right, the Destiny is launching. We already know they're going to have the Haunted Mansion bars. They're going to have all that kind of stuff. They bring so much IP to those ships. I cannot wait for more announcements about these other ships and where they're going to go because I'm telling you, Disney Cruises line is really stepping up. So I'm all for it.
Do you think, I mean, obviously this is driven by demand, right? And they see that there's a market out there for it, but do you think this is going to help bring the cost down a little bit more towards some of the other cruise lines for Disney? You think they're going to gain any efficiencies there? No. They have enough demand to keep that up?
I think they have enough demand to keep it up. I think what will happen is we may get some specials that they'll come out with more. Sometimes they have, only, discounts on deposits and things of that nature. But the cruises are always pretty sold out, right? So I think we're going to still have just as much demand. I tell you, the Destiny, they just made some announcements about that. They're going to actually have Marvel on there, right? In the lobby, there's Black Panther. I mean, so I'm actually looking forward to that one launching next year so I can jump on it when you can start making reservations, just because I saw Black Panther in the lobby. So and this one has Spider-Man on the back of the ship, right? You can't beat that. So no, I don't think it's going to make it cheaper, but I think you may just get more options in regards to how they roll out. Maybe the next ship will be a Monsters Inc. or a Pixar ship, right? What if they do a Star Wars ship? I mean, think about it.
You might have me on that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you'd have me on that one.
That'd be a good idea. They should do a Star Wars hotel too.
But on the water.
But on the water. It will be. It'd be
just push that. Just
even
push
more.
that. Just put the Halcyon. Just push it out into the Gulf. See what happens.
Oh my gosh.
See if it floats.
Hey, give me that adventure, right? It's funny you can do that. You're right, Kevin. Just put some buoys underneath that bad boy and float it out there.
They got to do something with it.
I mean, it's there.
Turn it into a boat.
Use the furnishings or something.
Yeah.
Save a couple $1 million that way. But no, yeah, Lonnie, I figured you and Jody were going to be super pumped about that. I am too. So we went on our first cruise and we talked about it in an upcoming episode, but I would love to go on a Disney cruise. It's just so difficult with 9 of us that need to book together. So that's where, any other cruise line comes into play, but Disney just looks amazing. And then seeing Jody's pictures from her trip too, that she took, and it's just insane. So I can see why you guys like it so much. And I'm jealous, basically. Are there any other announcements from D23 that we didn't cover that you guys wanted to talk about?
I have one more. You guys, we didn't really talk much about any kind of TV or any kind of movies, and this is one that I don't know if you guys have heard of this. This is a favorite from my childhood, but I mean, just think about this: Samuel L. Jackson, Dame Judi Dench, Henry Cavill, Jack Black. The rescuers are back, and this time in live action. Follow Bernard and Miss Bianca as they trade the swamp for the Big Apple and the Amazon jungle in their wildest rescue mission yet. With dazzling CGI, a feisty new feline sidekick, and more twists than Bernard can handle, this reimagining of the classic tale is packed with action, heart, and a bit of mouse-sized mayhem. Can you imagine mouse-sized? I love it. They're so clever. Get ready for tiny heroes taking on big villains in a way that's more epic and a little more hilarious than ever before. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, man, I can't wait to. What character is Samuel L. Jackson playing there?
They didn't say. I think he might be the feisty cat.
They can be angry. They can be angry, feisty.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, lots of swear words. It's R-rated, by the way.
Yeah. Sorry, kids.
You know, I think that's it. But I will say, there's another D23 event in November, and it's in Brazil. And I'm excited for that one as well. I think so much stuff was talked about there. For them to go over to Brazil to do another D23, the first thing I thought about is maybe an expansion, a Brazil pavilion in Epcot, or something
Disney in Brazil.
Yeah, or Disney in Brazil. It'll be Carnival 24/7. But what if they, announce that? So I'm looking forward to November. Once again, another D23, first time ever in Brazil. Let's see what they got to say as well, because they're putting massive amount of money into these parks, and I think another pavilion in Epcot, we've already talked about it, right, would be fantastic. So hopefully they announce something like that. That's what I would like to see at D23 Brazil in November.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And I don't remember the last time they added a country, but it hasn't been recently. So it would be nice to get something in there, especially being a large South American country that doesn't have much representation at Disney World anywhere. That'd be really cool.
But there's a lot of people from there that go to Disney.
Yeah.
It's lots of Disney fans in Brazil.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Lonnie, that's a great idea for D23 in November to look out for, and God, that would be awesome.
Bring it.
Yeah, I mean, and if they do it, then you should get some type of royalties, because the news was broken here first, and then they stole our idea. So
I tell you, if they do it, then I can say, we can come out and say, hey, look, go back and look at our episode, our shock drop. And we talked about that. So, we become a credited news source.
Yeah, true.
We already are. I mean,
obviously.
right?
Obviously. We're very professional.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much. Okay. So, there's so much exciting stuff coming. I think, Lonnie, you mentioned their investment in the parks being billions. I think it's like $60 billion is what they've committed to invest in the parks over like a 10-year period. Yeah, exactly. But no, I don't know, like, if there's much more we could ask for, though. Really, right? There's so much that came out of this, and so many fun things that'll add capacity to the parks, which will really help get some more, like we talked about earlier, some more fun IP that's not represented currently. Just so much good is coming out of this. So I don't know. That's my thoughts. I'm really excited. Do you guys want to share any?
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most excited. Where are you, John?
I'm like a 9.5.
Nice.
I am so pumped.
I'm a 9.
Gene?
My wife tells me I'm a solid 6, so that's where I'm gonna go.
She's being gracious.
What about you, Lonnie?
Yeah, how about a 9? How about you, John?
9? Okay, good.
Bring it.
Yeah. So much cool stuff. And not even just to Disney World, but to Disneyland and the global parks. It's just so exciting. But now that we've talked about all that excitement, got everybody really excited and in a fun state of mind, we should probably make people quack up to release some of that pent-up excitement. So, Lonnie, do you have a joke for us tonight?
I do. I have a question. I was just thinking about it. Where do naughty rainbows go?
Oh, boy. I don't know.
They go to prison. It gives them time to reflect. But don't worry, it's a light sentence.
Wow. It kept going. There's more.
But wait, there's more.
Oh man. Kevin.
So we've been talking a lot about, new things at Disney. Did you guys hear that this, Gene had some really good breaking news. I've got some breaking news. There's going to be a new Disney restaurant on the moon. I mean, the food is going to be fantastic, but there's no atmosphere.
Nice. All right. Gene, can you keep us quacking up?
Well, so do you know how they did that restaurant? Do you have any idea, Kevin? I mean, that's how you do a restaurant. You just plan it.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I love it. Okay. What has a spine but no bones? A book.
Ah.
Oh,
A
educated.
riddle me this.
Yeah.
No.
That's a fun one. It's not as funny, but it's fun. All right. Well, thank you everybody for listening. We hope you got some good info. Come over to the Disney with the Ducks Facebook page and let us know what you're excited about coming out of D23. We talked about a lot of the announcements. There's also a lot on the entertainment side with some of the shows and movies that are coming up. So come over and start a conversation and tell us what your favorite or most exciting moments from D23 were this weekend. And also leave us a 5-star review on your podcatcher of choice. All right. And with that, I'll say Kwaherini.
But just so we don't get ourselves in trouble from the legal department, Duck Legal, Gene, why don't you give us our disclaimer?
This episode of Disney with the Ducks is brought to you by a potent mix of pixie dust and pure imagination. The news shared today was a delightful blend of actual announcements from D23 and some 100% absolutely truthful wishful thinking. Please consult your inner child before taking any of the more outlandish revelations too seriously. Side effects of this episode may include uncontrollable excitement, spontaneous bursts of laughter, and the sudden urge to camp out in front of your nearest Disney park. In the event of extreme disbelief, please remember that at Disney, dreams really do come true. Just maybe not exactly how we described. No animatronic ducks were harmed in the making of this episode, though we can't vouch for the sanity of the hosts. Listen responsibly, and may your fast pass to reality remain intact. Fast pass in the future, because isn't that coming? Genie Plus, whatever.
I think we covered.
I like it. We're covered. The lawyers will be happy.
Yeah.
I mean, they deserve whatever they get for making the Hello There musical happen. You know.
Goodbye, everybody.
See y'all.
Thank you so much.
Kwaherini.
Can't stop till you get enough. Come on, come on. Can't stop till you get enough.
Do-do-do, 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 do-do-do.